Oh, let me go close this door over here. I can hear my rabbit chewing. Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie Green from the Chatham County Council on Aging. I'm glad you're here with me today. So we are streaming. I'm working with people on Zoom as well as streaming live to YouTube this morning. I do want to ask the people in Chatham County if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chatham County Council on Aging. We're working on getting to 100 subscribers so that we get a short URL, so it'll be really easy for people to find. So if you can go to the YouTube and search on Chatham County Council on Aging, and you'll see a little red box that says subscribe. If you could click on that, that would help us out tremendously. So this morning we are going to be doing a little bit more of a specialty for the people that on Zoom that have told me what they want to focus on. And I'm just thankful that you're here. Can you hear me okay, Miss Elaine?
The mic doesn't seem to be working the way it did yesterday.
Oh, okay, then let me try that. Let me make sure I got it on. All right.
That's better.
That better?
A lot better.
Oh, that is better. Okay. So sorry, I got it confused between my headset and my hearing aid. Go figure. So good morning again, everybody. I'm sorry you couldn't hear all that as well as you could have. So I've got some people live on Zoom with me right now, and I asked them what they would like to focus on. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to do our normal class, but I'm going to put a little bit of focus on stretching, which is what they've asked me to do this morning. And that's one of the fringe benefits of being live on Zoom with me so that you can see me is I like to do back and forth people. It gives me a chance to be able to, oh, I was gonna do something else. It gives me a chance to be able to interact with them and make sure that they're doing things correctly form-wise. I gotta switch something else around here for just a minute. Bear with me just a second. So I'm finally learning how to do everything I need to do. There, now I can see everybody. Great. All right, now you guys are bigger on my screen, whether you want to be or not. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put on a little bit of music. We're going to get warmed up. Once we're warmed up, we're going to do a little bit more stretching. You may not be able to hear the music. I'm still working on that piece. But just bear with me. We're going to learn this technology together. From what people have told me, you can't hear the music, hear me talk at the same time. So maybe I need to shut up a little bit. So let's go ahead and march in place, and we're going to start getting we're going to get our joints warmed up. So let's just a little bit of arm swing, just, you know, as if you were out walking. This is a little bit of a higher pace, so you don't have to lift your legs very high, but I do want you to focus on your posture. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips. Make sure your ears are over your shoulders. As we get older, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see something. As we get older, we tend to do this a little bit more. So we really want to concentrate on pulling that chin back and getting our ears over our shoulders. Okay? Keep your chin level. So you don't want to be looking up. You want to have your chin level, but pull it back and have your ears over your. You never realized how hard it is to have posture, did you? So we're going to warm up a little bit. Try to keep your tummy tucked in, okay? And always pay attention to what your knees are doing. Let me turn down this a little bit farther so that you can see me. Keep moving, keep moving. All right. Now, while we got ours going, let's go ahead and just do some swim strokes, little swim strokes. Get those shoulders warmed up. Feels good to move this morning. It's a little gloomy out. All right. My dad always said when you get tired doing the freestyle stroke, go ahead and roll over and do the backstroke. Good, Elaine, just do what you can. Now, can you watch your hand a little bit more? As you bring your hands up and around, follow it with your eyes. All right, and march and just do happy hands back and forth. All right, now let's do wacky windshield wipers. Out and in. Very good. There we go. Let's take a nice big deep breath and exhale down. That's it, Elaine. Just keep doing what you can. Inhale up and exhale down. Roll those shoulders back. Okay, now let's anchor the upper arms against the upper body. Hands are facing out, palms up. Okay, palms up. Bring the arms out to the side. Stretch out those shoulder rotators a little bit. Out and in. Okay, now let's work the elbows a little bit. Elbows in still, palms up. Now tip your palms down. Palms up, palms down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. All right, now let's do wrist circles. Arms are out straight and just do wrist circles. Okay, go the other direction. All right, now let's go to goalpost. Arms up, you're looking like a goalpost. Pull those elbows back if you can, then exhale and bring your arms up together. Pull them apart and inhale. Exhale together. Now notice, let's stop here a second. When here we're stretching our back. Think about squeezing your pectoral muscles here, okay, as you stretch your back. When you inhale and bring your arms apart, you're stretching your chest, but concentrate on squeezing those shoulder blades together. It builds those muscles in the back. Back together. Inhale and bring them apart. And then like a bellows, squeeze them together and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's put our arms down again and roll those shoulders. Feels good to move this morning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's go ahead and let's do our brain dance. So if you remember our brain dance, we're just going to tap our heel out in front, bring it back and touch. 4 times with each leg. 3, 4, then switch legs and do the same thing with the right. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to tap the left out to the side and in. 2. Now, Elaine, when you're doing the side that's a little sore, don't go out as far. Okay. 4, then go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the can-can. We're going to lift our knee, touch it down, kick it out, and touch. Switch legs. Kick and down. Right leg, down, touch, kick. One more time, knee, down, touch, and kick. That's all there is for the legs. Okay, that's the legs. When we do the arms, all I do is I keep my legs marching. Okay, so let's do the legs by themselves first. I do with my arms, what I'm doing my legs is I just swing them like I'm walking. So let's do our legs again. I'll count us down from 4 and then we'll do them. Remember, we start with the left leg. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap side. 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2. We're going can. Knee, touch, kick. Knee, touch, kick. Knee, touch, kick. Knee. We'll do the same thing all over again. 2, 3, 4. Other foot. 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. 2, 3. Don't do too much. 1, 2, 3. Hand can. Kick. Knee, touch, kick. Knee, touch, kick. Knee, touch, kick. Let's go back to a march. For the arms follow kind of the same pattern as the legs. So we're gonna punch out front with our left arm for 4 times, and we're gonna punch out straight ahead of us with our right for 4, then we're gonna punch to the left 4, to the right 4, and then we're gonna do a pull back and cross, pull and cross. So here, let's try it. Ready? I'm just gonna be marching with my legs to keep my heartbeat up, but you can stop your legs if you want. Okay, so here we go. I'll count us down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left arm, punch, 2, 3, 4. Then right arm, punch, 2, 3. Left arm punched outside. 1, 2, 3. Other arm, 1, 2. This is the next part that's only a little tricky. Pull, cross, 2, 3, 4. Then pull back and go up. Pull, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it for the arms. So let's do that again. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Punch, punch. 2, 3. Other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2. Then crisscross. Pull cross. 2, 3, 4. Overhead pull. 2, 3, and 4. That's it. Then we get to do the neck. I like doing the neck because it gives me an opportunity to stretch my neck out. We're going to look over to the left side 4 times. So you're looking left and center. 2, 3, 4. Now look to the right. Right, center, right, center. 3, 4. Now we're going to tilt our head. Oh no, I'm sorry, we're gonna look down. So chin down, up, down, center, last one down. Then we look up, center, 3, 4. Now we're gonna tilt our ear to our shoulder. We're not lifting our shoulders. So tilt left, center, 3, 4, then right. Right, center, 3, and 4. That's the whole thing. That's our brain dance. That's working our brain and our body. So let's start at the top, and we're going to go legs, arms, neck. And then we'll be done with this, okay? So I'll count us down. We'll start with the legs. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Can, knee, touch, kick, knee, touch, kick, knee, touch, kick, touch, kick. Now arms, punch. 2, 3, 4. Other arm. 1, 2, 3. Other to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crisscross. 2, 3, 4. Overhead. 1, 2. We're going to the next. We're going to look left, center, 3, 4. Looking right, center, 3, 4. Now head tip or look down, center, 3, 4. Look up, center, 3, 4. Now head tilt, left, center, 3, 4. Then right, center, 3, and 4. Very good. That's it. You did it. Nice job. Now, each time we're going to do the same kind of thing, and what I should try to do is to remember where we go next. So part of what makes the brain work better is you want to have the brain, in order to stay with me, it's good to be thinking a step ahead of me to know, okay, so I just did this leg, then I got to switch their leg. Where am I going next? I'm going out to the side, then the other side. So I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to work your brain when we do this exercise. I don't want you just following me. I want you trying to think ahead, so you're doing it, so you're working your brain and your body. All right, let's get a drink, and then we're going to stretch out. All right, I'm going to change this to a little slower so that as we do our stretching, we can, all right, let's keep our feet moving, okay, while we start stretching our arms, okay, so let's bring our arm out to the side, bring it all the way across, it's straight, and then use the other arm to pull in. Now, whenever you're doing stretching, I want you to be thinking about the muscles that you're trying to stretch, okay? Remember with this one, you want your shoulders relaxed, okay? And you're thinking about stretching all these muscles to the middle of your back, okay? All right, breathe. A good way to do it is to figure out how long it takes you to inhale and exhale, and you want to hold for at least 30 seconds. So for me, I know that if I take 2 nice, low, deep breath inhales and exhales, that gets me to about 30 seconds, okay? And the reason that's important is you want to make sure that you're breathing as you do that. That makes it sore. Don't do too much, Elaine, okay? All right, let's bring the arm down, and can you bring it up to the middle of your back? And you may not be able to do this, Elaine, but just, now you could do it this way. You may be able to do it this way with that arm, without it, with your left arm and not going over your head like we're doing. Yeah, you can do it that way. But again, don't go to the point of pain. We never stretch to the point of pain. That's an absolute no. Now let's unwind. Now let's bring the right arm out straight, bring it across our body, pull it in with the left. Again, relax the shoulders, but remember you want to have your head straight up and down, okay? And you're going to relax your shoulders. Complete breaths. Okay, relax it down. Now let's take and grab the back of our chair. I'm out toward the front of my chair. Grab the back of the chair if you can, both arms, and just let it stretch your chest. Stretch out the front of your shoulders and breathe. Okay, breathe nice deeply, completely inhale, completely exhale. The trick too is that when you exhale, try to relax the muscles that you're stretching. A little bit farther and a little bit farther. All right, let's come back up, sit up straight. Let's put our left hand like we're a stop sign. We're giving a stop sign. And we're going to pull those fingers back using the right hand. And I'm going to try to pull my thumb back just with its own strength. Okay. So you should feel a stretch all the way up the backs of the undersides of the fingers, the palms, the underside of the forearm. Breathe completely. All right, relax that hand, let it fall down, and then cover those knuckles with your hand. Let me come up a little closer for this. Cover those middle knuckles with your palm of your other hand and pull that hand back. Now you should be thinking about the stretch that goes all the way up here. Okay? Relax that down. Stop sign with the right. Use the left hand to pull those fingers back. Feel that stretch in the palm and the underside of the fingers. You're keeping that arm straight. So you're getting a nice stretch all the way up here, okay? Breathe. Flip your hand down. Cover those middle knuckles. I'm just chuckling at your dog, Elaine. He's just sitting there, just well behaved. Like he's waiting for you to get done, or she. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, you're muted. Relax the hand down. Let's roll the shoulders. All right. Now let's work a little bit on stretching the legs like we talked about that we were going to do. Okay, so let's work on stretching the legs. Now, if you've got your band, sometimes that helps us get a better stretch on the legs. Okay. Want you to be able to see my feet. Ed, were you saying something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so sit on the front of your chair, and you want to have just your tushy on the chair, okay? You're still sitting tall and proud, shoulders over hips, so I'm not leaning forward, I'm not leaning backwards, okay, to start with. Okay, so let's just start and pull that toe back with our toe back into a flat foot position. Now, if you can't pull that back and feel a stretch in your hamstring, I especially want to feel it in the calf to start with. Then you can use the band to pull it back. And the way you do is you'd put the band around the ball of the foot so it doesn't slip off front, and give your foot a little extra help getting into a flexed position. But if you can do that without the band, you don't need to use the band, okay? So I'm going to take this for now. Okay, I'm going to pull toe back. Now, as I'm sitting here, I can feel that up in my calf, and I can feel it up to the middle part of my hamstring. Okay, so that's what you think about. And really think about as you inhale and you exhale. Take a couple nice, big, long inhales, and then exhale completely. One more. Okay, now I'm going to hold my hands. I'm going to put them on my right thigh. Okay, now I'm going to my tailbone under. Okay, so I'm going to my tailbone like I'm a bad dog. Okay, I'm going to keep my hands here. I'm still trying to keep my shoulders relaxed, keep them down and back, and I'm keeping my head in line with my spine, which means I'm not leaning my head forward. I'm keeping my head completely straight up my spine. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to lead with my chest and bring my chest toward my thighs, hinging at the hips. And I'm going to lean forward. I'll show you what that looks like from the side. Okay, so I'm tucking my tailbone, and then I'm hinging forward, keeping everything in line, keeping my toe pointing straight up. Now, if you have trouble stretching your hamstring, sometimes what I need to do is to relax this quadricep because it's holding me from stretching the hamstring. So I go a little bit lower. I'm trying, remember I'm a giraffe. I'm trying to keep my head nice and tall, right in line with my spine as I bring my chest toward my thighs and reaching down with my right hand sometimes or with my left hand, because that helps me gauge how far I'm going. Never go to the point of pain and just keep breathing. And as you exhale, try to relax a little bit more. Sometimes I like to tap my thigh to remind my hamstring to relax. And just keep breathing deeply and holding it. Part of the problem as we get older is the fact that our muscles shorten up and more, and it takes us holding a stretch longer to get that elongation of the muscles back. So we got to hold it longer. And that's why we did such a thorough warm-up this thing, is so that when we did this, we were nice and warmed up. Now let's go ahead and press on that right leg and come on back up. Keep that tailbone tucked to protect that lower back and sit up nice and straight. We're going to switch to the other leg, okay? So let's go ahead and put the right leg out straight. Heel is on the floor. We're going to sit nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, okay? And pull that toe back as much as you can. Now, you find, especially if you've had an injury or surgery on one leg, that this comes in handier on one leg than it does another. So if you can't pull that toe back as far to get a nice stretch on this leg, then you use the band, Okay, so kind of customize it to what you need. All right,
Okay,
but we're going to hold it and just stretch that calf. Okay, as we breathe deeply.
okay.
Because I know with me, this leg tend to be tighter because it's my hurt knee, so I have to pay attention to that one more. Okay, so now that we've done a really good job stretching that calf, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to tuck our tailbone under. We're going to hinge at the hips and bring our chest toward our thighs and try to get your chest closer to your thighs. But remember, your head is still like a giraffe. It's nice and tall. And breathe deeply. And with each exhale, go a little bit lower. But again, never to the point of pain. You want the stretching motion. You don't want it to be so much of a stretch that you're going, ow. That when you're owing yourself, then you're going to stretch as much because your body is worked so hard to protect itself. And that's why the relaxation part is so important. So go ahead and reach down if you can with that right hand, see how close you're getting to your toe while still resting your left hand on the left thigh or your forearm on your left thigh. And again, if you need to, think about relaxing that quadricep, the muscle in the front of the thigh, so you can stretch the back hamstring. That's part of the thing with strength training too. If you concentrate so much on strengthening and you don't stretch, then you're doing yourself a disfavor as well. Keep breathing, nice full deep inhales and nice full deep exhales. Use that left arm and push up on the left thigh to get your body to come back up. Now, Elaine, we're going to work on your hip, okay? So now what we're going to do is make sure that we have our left heel underneath our knee, okay? So I don't want to be like this, okay? I want that leg directly over the top. Likewise, I don't want my leg this way. I especially don't want my knee in front of my toes. That's why I say heel underneath. That way you got a good visual of how to do that, okay? To protect those knees. Okay, so we have heel under knee, and then you're going to criss your legs and bring that leg up. Now, can you get that leg all the way up? Okay, so for you, I want you to straighten out that leg a little bit more. Straighten out that left leg a little bit more. Crisscross at the ankles. So just crisscross at the ankle. You haven't had hip replacement, correct? You have? You have not. Okay. So it's important to never cross your legs if you've had hip replacement, or unless doctors have really told you you can't. So since you have not, crisscross that at ankles and then try to bring that foot up that shin. Run the ankle up the shin and hold it. You may be able to get it to the knee. Maybe you can't get it to the knee. So take your right ankle, put it on your left ankle. So crisscross your legs. Okay, so your legs are crisscrossed. So I start this way. I crisscross my legs. Okay. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to bend my right knee and I'm going to try to rub that back of that leg up the other leg. Can you do that? Notice I have my left leg is out straight. Okay, so I have my left leg out. And then I'm sitting tall and proud. I'm crisscrossing my leg and then I'm bringing this leg up. So that's a good one for you to work on. You can do it while you're sitting in your chair at night too. Okay, so what it could look like, is you just go up and down and up and down. Now, the farther you get it up, the more strength you can get out here. And that's what I think you had said you had needed. So Ed, if you can, you're going to take in with that heel under the knee, you're going to bring that leg up completely. You're going to sit tall and proud. Now, as soon as I do that, I feel a nice stretch in that whole hip area over here. So I'm feeling that right in here. Okay, good. I wasn't sure you could get that up there, Elaine, so that's why I didn't want you to do more than you could. Okay, so one of the things you can work on now is you can feel that stretching. So if you're feeling a good stretch right there, you can hold that for a minute. Okay. Now, what I notice I do this is the taller I sit, the more stretch I feel. Okay. So that's why sitting in a good posture is always important, because now we're stretching the spine and everything as we do that. Okay. Now, once you've got that stretch where you say, okay, I feel pretty good with that, you can take your right hand, put your right hand on your shin, put your left elbow on your thigh if you can. Okay, it makes us sit a little crooked. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on that knee. I'm going to use my whole forearm to kind of press on my knee to lower that knee. And the reason we do that is it gets a little bit more stretch in that hip area. Can you feel that? Don't do it if it hurts. If it hurts, stop. Okay. The trick with stretching is you want to do it a little bit at a time. And you always want to make sure you're warmed up. You don't start by, okay, I'm sitting in the chair for an hour, now I'm going to stretch. What you do, if you sit in the chair for an hour, before you stretch, you march in place until you can feel yourself warming up. Okay. Now, once you feel that you've gotten quite a bit out of the stretch by pressing that knee a little bit low, using the elbow and the forearm, okay, this is now where you hinge at the hips with a straight back, bring your chest closer to your thighs, and you're going to feel the stretch a little bit different. This is my favorite stretch by far, because I love the fact that I can always feel improvement in my body when I do this stretch. I lived for so long with lower back pain, and it's gotten rid of that lower back pain, along with being smarter with what I do. And go ahead and sit up nice and tall, and we're going to switch to the other side. So slowly unfold. Okay. Now we're going to go to the other side. Okay. So if you need to, just crisscross ankles to start and just warm up that hip, saying, hey, we're going to take and we're going to the other side. So I'm going to warm you up, hip. I'm just going to run up and down my legs so that I'm getting that motion started. Okay. Notice my leg is crisscrossed. Okay, then I'm going to bring that heel under that knee on the right side, and then I'm going to bring that leg up if I can. All right. And again, I'm going to start by sitting tall, shoulders over, ears of shoulders. Okay, I'm going to feel that stretch, and I'm going to just sit there for a minute, breathing deeply. Just that stretch in the hip. Identify what you're feeling. And now if you're ready to have it go a little farther, place your hand on your shin, your elbow on your thigh, and try to lower that knee a little. And it does take, you have to kind of cinch to one side a little bit. Now, when I do that, I notice the stretching more up here than down around the side. Okay, it's more up on the top of my groin than around the outside. And everybody is a little different depending on what tightness you have, because there are so many muscles that join at that hip that's you have to evaluate. That's why it's so important to pay attention to what you're feeling and pay attention to what muscles you're feeling stretch. Okay, once we hold that and concentrate on what's stretched and try to get it to relax more and more. Then hit the hips, and still with your nice tall neck, you're going to bring your chest towards your thighs and feel the stretch a little bit more. And again, keep breathing. And then go ahead and kind of press on that arm and come back up, supporting the lower back and unfold. So if you think about it, when you get a chance, time how long it takes you to do a nice, slow, complete inhale and complete exhale. Because if it takes you 15 to 20, say it takes you 15 seconds to do a complete inhale followed by a complete exhale, if you do 4 breaths in each position, you're holding it for a minute. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's do a little bit more stretch on our hamstring, and we're going to put our heel on the floor, and we're going to pull our toe back toward our nose again. Okay, flex that foot with the legs straight. So I've got my legs straight out in front of me. I'm sitting toward the front of the chair. I got my legs straight. I'm pulling my toe back toward my nose. Again, if I can't do that well without using the band, I'm going to use the band by putting the band around the ball of my foot and pull the toe back so I can get a nice stretch. Either way, either with or without a band. Okay. Again, you're going to breathe deeply as you hold that. Now go ahead and point that toe as far as you can point that toe and feel the stretch on the top of the foot and the front of the shin. Pull that toe back again. Feel that hamstring stretch a little bit more. This time when I pull it back, I'm feeling it up a little bit higher up here. Okay, that's why we really want to pay attention to what we're feeling. And point again. Now hold it down there and really concentrate on stretching the muscles that feel tight front of the leg. And pull it back one more time. And I can get more stretch when I use my band, especially on pulling back the toe. I can pull my toes back pretty far without the band, but with the band, I get an even better stretch. Again, complete inhales and exhales. Now, let's go ahead one more time and point that toe one more time. Now, before we go any farther, let's lift that leg. So hold, tighten the belly, tuck the tailbone under that foot, and let's do some ankle circles. Go one direction, and then go the other direction. All right, now put that foot down, shake it out. Now to go to the other leg. So we're going to use right leg. We're going to start with the toe, with flexing the toe again. All right, so pull that toe back toward the nose and feel that stretch of the calf. You notice it in one leg more than the other, Ed?
Yeah, it's working. I can feel the stretch. It feels good. I like it.
Yeah. The other thing we can do is use a foam roller, but I find that using a foam roller takes a lot more coordination, and you got to be able to get on the floor. And there's days I want to get on the floor.
I don't want to get on the floor.
All right, now go ahead and point that toe and stretch out the front of that leg. Stretch out the front of the ankles. Feel it. Point the toes. Feel the toes stretching. Feel the front of the muscles in the front shin stretching. Keep breathing deeply. And then go ahead and pull that toe back towards your nose again. Far and pull them back. Really stretching. So I'm going to do a little plug here for the program we have coming up at 11:15. We're going to be listening to on Zoom on the 11:15 link. We're going to be listening to a national presentation from the National Council on Aging about fall prevention, and they're going to have a pharmacist, geriatrician, and I think physical therapists and occupational therapists that are doing a little talk about fall prevention. And point that toe again. And then we have a couple of local experts, at least one. I'm waiting here from the other one, confirming her. to do a kind of a question and answer with the people that are local. Because the national one was recorded last night at 6:30, but I wasn't at work at 6:30 last night. So we're watching the recording. Pull that foot back again. Make sure you're sitting tall and proud. That's your homework at all times. You may need to put a sign in your house, tall and proud. Seriously. Because when you think about the fact, everything that you've got in the area here that's vital to our life, right? If we sit like this, we scrunch it all up and it can't work correctly. So the more we sit tall and proud, the more we room give the liver, the stomach, the intestines, the pancreas, everything gets room, the lungs. So you want to think shoulders down, shoulders over hips, chin back, and ears over shoulders. Okay. I know I harp on it, but it is just so important. It's so hard to do that. Once we start, we in the fetal position, right? When we're infants. And what do we want to do as we get older? We keep doing this, right? So we got to fight that. We got to say, no, I'm tall and proud. All right. So now let's do something else for stretching the legs. We're going to stretch the front of the thighs now. So let's turn to the right and have our left hip off the chair. Okay. And you may want to use your band for this. So make sure you're hanging onto your chair when you got your hip off the chair. I don't want anybody falling, especially during prevention week. I'm going to take this band, okay, and I'm going to wrap it around the front of my ankle, and I'm going to hold on to the band with one hand, and I'm going to hold on to the chair with the hand next to the chair, okay? Now, I'm turned so my body is completely turned this way, okay? And now I'm going to drop this leg down as far as I can and try to get my knee at least pointing straight to the floor, like I'm standing up, okay? Now, tight belly, tuck the tailbone down, keep those shoulders over the hips. We're still thinking posture, and then try to lift that heel a little bit so the heel is coming closer to the bottom so that you're stretching the front of the thigh, and try to keep that tailbone tucked. Keeping the tailbone tucked helps stretch out the hip flexor when we're in this position. Okay. Now, if you get more and more flexible, you can grab the front of your ankle and then you can pull it up farther. I can do that with this side. My left side that's got a bad knee, I can't always do that. So there's times that I have to use the band on my left leg, which is your right leg as you're looking at me. So breathe deeply. Think about what you feel stretching. Do you feel the whole front of the thigh stretching all the way down to where it meets the knee? Make sure the tailbone's tucked. You don't want to feel this in your lower back. Okay, if you're feeling this in your lower back, you don't have your tailbone tucked. Okay, just concentrate on stretching it, breathing. And then we're going to release it slowly and go to the other side. All right, again, now we're completely this way. We have our right leg in off the chair. We're going to put the band around the front of the ankle. We're going to make sure we're faced completely this way. Okay. I'm going to point the knee down and lift the heel up. Tuck the tailbone under so I get the flex too. And think about keeping my shoulders back, my head up straight. And keep lifting that foot a little bit higher if you can. Get a little more traction in that thigh. See, when I go a little higher, that's when I start feeling stretching the muscle and the ligaments around that knee, which is good for me to stretch the heart out. But don't let it go to the point of pain. Nobody wants to go to the point of pain. All right. Now, let's unfold. We're gonna take the base and put it on the back of our chair for a minute. We're gonna turn and face frontwards. Now work on stretching out our inner thighs. So come out toward the front of your chair. Now you can put your hands on the inside of your knee. Now, if you can't get enough pressure on if your legs have to go out too far to be able to press with your hands to feel the stretch in your inner thighs, that's when you can lean down and you can put your elbows in your inner thighs on the inside of your knees to get a little bit more stretch. Whenever you put your head down like this, make sure you breathe deeply. Okay, breathe deeply and completely. And make sure when you come back up, you come up slowly. This is good because the other stretches we did, we stretched out the outside of our hips really well. And this time we're stretching out more of the insides. So this is a really good complement to the other one. And on up. Very good. Let's put the legs out and let's just shim out. Let them relax. All right, so now we're going to sit tall and proud. We're going to take a nice inhale. It's time for us to relax. Inhale up and exhale down. Imagine you're reaching out as you lift up, and you're reaching out and you're trying to touch a nice warm light that's out there. It's a healing light, so you want to reach it. So you're reaching as far out as you possibly can to it. Let's take one more inhale, and as we inhale, let's bring our hands together up and over our head. Look up and see your hands come together if you can. Exhale and bring your hands down and watch them come down in front of your face. Feel the stretch of your your forearms and your wrists. Now inhale and raise a thought or a prayer as you raise your hands up. And exhale as you bring your hands down. And again, you're reaching out for that warm light. Now bring your arms up around and embrace yourself in a nice hug. Reach your hands as far around as you can. Feel those hands pressing in and the arms pressing in. Remind yourself that you're safe and you're healthy. Then unwind, take another nice big deep breath. Wrap your arms the other way around. The other one is on top this time. Feel those hands touching your shoulders. Squeeze and remind yourself that you're loved, you're valued, and you have purpose. And relax. I want to thank you guys for being in here and being good sports. Thank you for letting me know what you wanted to work on today. I hope you found that helpful. Let me go ahead and stop the stream on this, and then we can talk. Let's see. You see what I'm doing? Hold on a second. Trying not to lose you completely. I'm still learning all the time. Let's see here. Reclaim host. That's how I do it. Do that.
I think the older we are, the